Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. We're going to do something very different. As you can see behind me, I'm up in the mountains of Virginia, Central Virginia to be exact, and we're going to do some dispersed camping in my car. I made a little car camper and we're going to test it out tonight. It's going to get down to probably the low 20s, so it's going to be a good test. Let's get up in these mountains and get some hiking in before we got to camp. Whew, I'm huffing and puffing on the way up here. There's no switchbacks still on this climb, so you're just climbing the whole way. I just popped out into this little field here. See, there's a nice campsite right over here. It would be nice too on a clear night like this with no clouds in the sky. You'd see so many stars. All right, 1.5 miles in, I just reached the intersection of the Massanutten Trail and the Skullthorn Gap Trail, which is what I took up here. My brothers actually went on their first backpacking trip with me, and we came from that way, and then we hiked back up the way we're about to go and camped up on Duncan Knob, maybe about 6 miles from here or something. It was their first backpacking trip. They had fun, got to see their first bear. Well, we finally reached the ridge top, and we're going to be taking the Strickler Knob Trail, side trail, out to a 360-degree view. That's about 1 mile in, and we got to do some rock scrambling. It's going to be fun. Here's the view from the ridge line. The mountains that you can see in the distance out there, that is Shenandoah National Park. Pretty much the whole trail going out to Strickler's Knob on these pink blazes that you see on this rock right here is all like this. It's just all covered in rocks, and there's a couple spots where you gotta kind of climb up and get to a higher area to keep going on the trail. The side trail that I'm taking right now to Strickler's Knob is pretty much riding the ridge line, the nice edge of this ridge line. That is the view north. It's west. Over those mountains in the far distance is Dolly Sods, one of my favorite places to backpack. And that is looking southwest. See the blazes up there on that pink, that's where we're going. A little bit of climbing. I gotta go through this crevasse in front of me where the blaze is to get through the rock face to climb up. And we're headed down there. This is the view from atop Strickler Knob. Such a beautiful view up here, but it is really cold. I'm gonna put my puffy on and have some lunch. I'm walking my way back now down to the car. I'm leaving Strickler's Knob, getting away from this wind. It is freezing up here. Give you a quick look at my Scion TC that I'm gonna be sleeping in tonight. So I'll give you a quick look over before the mountain blocks all that sun. Is gonna happen very shortly. So give you a quick look. This is the campsite, by the way. There's a creek right down there, so I can filter some water. There is a big old fire ring right there. Dirt road is right there. I'm pretty close to the road, but I don't expect a lot of traffic on a dirt road. So this is the bedroom. I have a 20-degree down sleeping bag. Actually, it's not a bag, it's a quilt. That's my backpacking quilt. This Tupperware I use for the quilt, the sheets. There is also a Thermalite reactor liner in there, along with some hand warmers that I can stick in the bottom of the sleeping bag, because it's going to get down to like 22 tonight probably. This is a tri-folding foam mattress. Just got a flat sheet on top of it right now. I've got just a yoga mat, I think it is, underneath of it. And then I built this wood platform that actually has a hinge on it up there, and it folds up. So all this stuff can fold up, and I can actually use my passenger seat when need be. I have some food in that dry food storage bin up there. There's some cooking utensils and some clothes in the bin underneath that. Let's go up front. I have a big 2-person tent that I use for car camping. I'm not going to use it tonight, I just threw it in here. This little piece of wood kind of holds up the bed platform, so I'm nice and level. I have a Coleman stove in here that I'm not going to use tonight probably. Just use my backpacking stove. Small cooler because I'm not out here but for one night. I've got my day pack up here / fishing pack. There's a toiletry bag, some extra food I just brought along as an emergency in case. And I got a little fan up here that's battery operated, and it can also run off a USB too. It moves all the way around, so it kind of goes anywhere I want it, and it just clips right up here. So real quick, I've got a pair of Crocs right here. This is my food bag for tonight. I actually brought mostly just backpacking food. I didn't bring any real food. This is my all-time favorite backpacking meal. Packet Gourmet Texas State Fair chili, the best backpacking meal you will ever get. Just add boiling water, wait like 20 minutes, good to go. So we'll save the food for later, but for now I need to filter some water. So we're gonna get out my backpacking water kit here. Got a Sawyer filter, Platypus, a couple bottles. We're gonna fill those up and do some camp chores just like we're backpacking. And we're filling up a couple water bottles for the night. Some to cook with, some to drink. There we go. 1 bottle of crystal clean water. And cold. Just started relaxing in the car. This is my view for the night. Got that beautiful mountain up here. There's a little creek runs right down here where I got my water. I can hear it in the background. Probably won't leave this open tonight. I'll probably shut the hatch just because it's going to be like 20 degrees. But I'm sitting here in recliner mode right now. I've got my bed platform propped up with my passenger seat of the car. It's nice. Good view. Cook up some dinner in a little while. When I sleep in the car, this is like my nightstand. It's right next to my bed. I have my headlamp, my battery bank, which is currently charging my Bluetooth headphones so I can watch some movies later. I have some GoPro batteries and a little place for my water bottle. Works out pretty good. I also have a little area down here where I've got a bag for all my electronics, and then a couple hand warmers I might have to throw into my sleeping bag later if it gets really cold. If I want some more room in here without this big down quilt, I can just take it and stuff it into this corner, which works really good. Gets it out of my way, and then I can have an open bed without the blanket if I don't need it. If I move my food bag while I'm laying in bed, I can open up this. This gives me access to my clothes, and there's actually an emergency blanket, big fleece blanket I keep in the bottom of that just in case my down bag isn't doing it for me. But this has all my clothes for a few days in it. Works out pretty good. It's just a little pod, and I can access it while laying in bed. Just shut the hatch and took my shoes off. I put them right down there at the end, right at the exit. Put some warmer socks on. Now I'm laying back and I'm using my sunroof spring-loaded visor here to hold my phone up. And I can just lay in bed and watch a show that my buddy recommended. The Boys. All right, we're gonna cook up a little dinner on my backpacking stove here. As I said before, my favorite backpacking meal, even though we're not backpacking. But we're gonna get some water boiling and get this going. So we need 1.5 cups of water. This is an old oatmeal container. I just use this as my hot drink cup. And I made some lines on it with a Sharpie for water measurement. So that's 1 cup. And we need 1.5. So we're going to go up to that line. And that's 1.5 cups. Use this as a little bit of a windbreak since the wind's coming from this direction. Put my lid on, my homemade lid. That's what it looks like pre-cook. Dehydrated meat and beans and veggies. We got a nice boil going. Turn the stove off. Transfer my pot into my koozie. And now we're just gonna pour this right in there. Oh yeah. Give it a little stir. Good to go. Zip that up, get all the air out of it. Well, my dinner is rehydrating down there by my feet. It's gonna take about 20 minutes or so. I'm gonna sit here in the driver's seat. I got my phone propped up on a tripod, and I'm gonna watch another episode of The Boys with the heat on. Just stirred my food halfway through its rehydration process, and it smells so good. I can't wait to eat it. All right, it's time to open her up. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Whoo, doggies. We're gonna set it off here with some Fritos right on top. This stuff is so freaking good. And it's still very hot. Oh, good morning, everyone. I had a great night last night. I slept pretty good. Probably slept for about 7 or 8 hours. Stayed up watching a few shows and a movie. Got to bed about 11, and it's, I don't know, 6:30 or something now. And the sun is coming up right over those mountains. One thing I really liked about last night is I could look up through my mini sunroof and the big sunroof in the Scion, and I could watch the stars, and they were out in full force last night because it was such a clear sky. So I just lay back here in bed, look straight up, and look at the stars. It was great. Kept my jacket actually inside my down sleeping bag last night, so it would be nice and warm this morning. Oh, and it is. Oh, yes. There we go. Okay, ready to go pee. 28 degrees. I may have got a little lower than that since it's a little bit later now, but still below freezing and pretty cold. I got the heat on in the car. I'll make a little breakfast. Hot chocolate, oatmeal, warm me up a little bit. And I broke out my little TV tray here for my little table. I'm just gonna put it right up next to the car so I can cook with the heat on. I'm gonna have some oatmeal with some brown sugar in it and a leftover pack of hot chocolate. Looks like we have a boil. Pot shouldn't be too hot. A little hot chocolate with marshmallows and a little bit of oatmeal with some brown sugar. Oh, that smells good. And we'll stir this oatmeal up. Put the lid on and let it marinate for a minute. I'll drink a little bit of hot chocolate. Oh yeah. Go ahead and dump some of this brown sugar in here. See if 1 pack is going to do me this morning. Can never have enough brown sugar and oatmeal. Good. As good as oatmeal gets.
Well, it's sure no bacon and eggs, but it's quick, it's easy, and it's hot. It's warming me up really good too. Nothing warms you up like a hot drink. Nothing. Whoa. Hot. So when I built this car camper, I pretty much made everything so I can take it all out or just put it all in here and still have a passenger seat. So I'm going to show you that real quick. Take my sleeping bag, stuff it in the back of the storage bin, my sheet, pillow on top, sheet goes in here, close this, take the mattress, fold the mattress up, put this on the side for now. Got a yoga mat, which I don't really know if it's necessary, but take that on the side. Then I have the wooden platform that I made. What you do is you just pull this all the way out. It's got a hinge right there, so it folds. So it's nice and small. And then I can just put it back in just the way it was. Bed on top, mat back there, and I've got a passenger seat ready to go again. Well, I'm going to end the video here. Beautiful view of Shenandoah Valley and the Shenandoah River over there. Had a great time last night doing some dispersed camping in the car camper that I made. Worked out great. I'll definitely be doing it again. Look forward to more of those videos. I'm going to do a quick out and back on the trailhead that I'm at right now. Maybe do another video on that too, so look forward to that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.